camera. It's not what I wanted there. I can never figure this out. Camera. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am upgrading this computer. Let's see here. This computer has issues. I'm diagnosing it, and we're seeing what's up with it. The pump on the H100 is failed, I think. So I'm doing this so I can upgrade and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing. So I've got Hyper 212. Okay, so here's what happens when you turn the computer on in a nutshell. So first off, what we'll do is we'll see there is. The first thing that happens is the computer reaches 90 something degrees. So you can see. Give it a quick zoom here. There we are. Okay. Fans are working. They are spinning. So the computer is on. So what we're going to do is we're going to just test to make sure everything works before we install the new cooler. Yeah, this is a Hyper 212 LED, regular, whatever. Anything else is not plugged in because I was going to take this downstairs and document this down there. That's not what we're doing now. So, as you can tell, that's fine, we'll just do it from the front. We're not going to completely take this apart, but we do need to take things off and test it and whatnot. So, turn it off. The CPU is, in fact, like I said, it turns on. So, we'll take a look here. Okay, we got a signal from our computer, obviously. What happens is it doesn't recognize the CPU whatsoever as, or the cooler. It gives you fan error, and then it says over temperature error. So that means the pump is not working whatsoever. So, the CPU currently is at 68 Celsius right now. We're going to go into advanced mode, and I'm just going to demonstrate here that the CPU is in fact at, if we go to monitor, it actually lags a bit. This is at idle, there's nothing going on. As you can see, we're at 68 Celsius, which is not good at all. So, and if I turn it on, it will die. The computer will eventually die. So, we've determined that the fan is dead. However, what we're going to do now, in the very short amount of time that I have, is I'm going to take apart the machine. I'm not going to talk as I do this. I'm just going to be cleaning up the thermal paste and whatnot. We're going to do a proper application again, just to see what's up with it. So, got my screwdriver and everything. This is why I document these type of videos. The thermal paste needs to be cleaned off from both ends. I can tell you though, it's not going to make a lick of difference. It's really not. You can't hear the H100 moving at all. So I'm going to say that we definitely need the cooler. So we're just going to do we're doing a cooler swap is what we're doing. So I'm doing a cooler swap. Why am I saying we? I might take this cooler apart in the future. See what it's like. See if I can get it working again. But in my honest opinion, I don't think it's worth salvaging at this point. It's old. By the way, so people are wondering, the cooler was like this previously, and it was in a different case as well. But anyways, the fans are fine. There's nothing wrong with the fans. They're salvageable. But yeah, the cooler is SOL, to say the least. Or the pump is. And, you know, I found one on not Craigslist. Well, I found it on Kijiji for a good price. For $50 for the same cooler on Kijiji. So, anyways, as you can see, there's a thermal compound, right? What we're going to do is we're going to use our isopropyl alcohol. Now, all I could find was 70%. Kind of bought it last minute. The cooler is hot. I'll say that much. The cooler is, in fact, hot. There's a lot of caked on thermal paste there. And, yeah, so what we're going to do is you take a coffee filter. You take some isopropyl alcohol, otherwise known as rubbing alcohol. I have 70% because that's all they had at the store that I went to. 70% is fine, but ideally you want 90 or 99 or, you know, you want as close to 0 as possible. So what we're going to do is, normally I use Q-tips, but what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can just get off all of the paste here. Cleaning off the CPU. Bam. We'll do now. Actually, that's a good little application. There we are. Okay, so we took that off, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab more. We're gonna spread it on our coffee filter here. Okay, and we're gonna clean her up again. Make it all shiny. You can clearly tell it's hot, so it's like a lot of residue. Okay, we could clean it out a bit. You reseat it, but anyways, that's fine. That's okay. We're not doing it like The Verge. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll take apart that cooler later. Now we're actually going to do the actual install. So that's how simple it is to clean off thermal paste off of a cooler. It's actually quite simple. Alright, so what we have here is the H100, or sorry, not H100, sorry. This is a Hyper 212. It was, it's the LED version of it. So the guy I'm selling this computer to is going to have LED lights on his case, which is kind of cool. I've got some silica gel. Don't actually eat that. Zoom. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so we got our cooler here. It's covered by plastic. Very thin cooler. It comes with some mounting hardware, so you can mount it inside your case. Pretty standard stuff. There's an LGA 2011 socket as well, looks like. Anyways, the instructions tell you how to do it, so keep that in mind. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the brackets here. Tells you the second fan is optional. What we're going to do is we're going to look for our 2011, which is what we're using here. The i7-3930K is a 2011 socket. We need a couple things here. We're going to need to remove the mounting hardware on this case as well, or on this. What we're going to do is we're just going to put them here. Oops. The card's fine. There's no power. We're not grounding anything out. Okay. Now normally you don't want to do this with this, I guess, but it's so easy now, all things considered. So, take off your side panel, put it in a safe place. What we're going to do is we're going to, that's really easy. Okay, maybe not, actually might not even need to take it off. Alright, so from what I can tell, this is the Intel one. Now I don't know for sure, so let's read our instructions. Again, always read your instructions. You never know what's important, what's not. Okay, so what we do is we grab, we're going to put the bracket onto the back of the motherboard, it looks like, across the pad. So we grab our F, we grab our K. Okay. And we're going to build the CPU cooler. Relatively simple. Not a whole lot. Not too difficult at all. We're going to build the cooler. We're also going to keep these for later. Okay, so these are our brackets, I believe. They're X brackets, it looks like. So we'll grab our X brackets here. And we need, or not X, but anyways, these are our I brackets. So just take a look here. We got the cooler. So I is, nope. Sorry, I was wrong. Screws for I's go in there. And these are our C's. So this is the C. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll grab the cooler. And I've done this before on a Hyper 212 Evo, so it's pretty easy to do. Not very difficult at all, honestly. You want to make sure you have it lined up the right way, though. And there's only one way it goes in, which is like that. Sorry, it fits in there. There's only one way it goes. So what we'll do is we'll put this on the desk. Again, we have the plastic on there so it won't damage it. But ideally, that's what you're going to do, is you're just going to put on both of them. Grab your screw. Screw it in. It'll be our I screw. And the I screw is only a couple screws here anyways, so alright. That's our thermal compound, it looks like, which we didn't get much of. So we only get one application of it, unfortunately. I really thought it was going to give more. Back with the Hyper 212 Evo, they actually gave you like a full-on, they gave you a lot. They gave you quite a bit of compound. A nice little tube full worth. But this will be okay. Alright, so what we're going to need is the 2 screws. Or is it 4 screws? I believe it's these ones, these small little screws here. And again, there's only one way that these go in, so you really aren't going to get it mixed up, frankly. At least try not to. Okay, so we're going to do is we're going to grab this. Now, I should be using a bigger Phillips head screw, but it's okay. Screwdriver, I should say. Also, I am shaking quite a lot lately. Unfortunately, I don't know what's up with me. Son of a bitch. Okay, so we've threaded it through now. This take a little bit of finessing to get, but you'll get it. And once it's in, you'll know it's in. Okay, cool. So that part is in. Okay, so we'll do is we'll thread it through. All right. I have another screwdriver as well, so just in case that one sucks, which it seems to be. I have an iFixit kit downstairs. I just don't. I don't know where the pieces are for it, so like I don't know where the screwdriver bit is, which really sucks, but. Anyways, it's in. Barely, but it is in. Oh. Okay, hold on. Alright, let's keep going. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that it's all the way in. I think I have the wrong screw in. It's possible. It is possible, but I don't know. Let's see here. There's only 2 eye screws. No, that's clearly it. There's only 2 of these screws. I don't know, man. No idea what my parents are discussing right now. Press any key to power off. Well, you don't want to power it off. You want to have it go. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay, so that's done. So we'll make sure it's screwed in all the way. But anyways, that's what we need that there. So that just secures it in. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the remainder of our hardware. Oh, they always do this. We're going to grab the remainder of our hardware and we're going to make sure that we have it settled in. So E, that's not the right one. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take our bracket, which is this back piece here. It looks like we actually are going to apply these onto it. So F and K are going to go onto here. So we're going to grab our F, which we have right here. Okay. So we're gonna grab this piece, which is gonna go on here, I believe. Yeah. Now you have a couple options here. Again, reading. So F goes through. Okay. I actually do have it upside down. Okay, so these screws are actually supposed to go in here. However, they're not supposed to go in here this way. They're supposed to go the opposite way. Which is fine. Not a big deal. It's good to know. So it's really good to know that we have that option. Should be sitting. So they should do. Okay. So it again. This time we're gonna go from the bottom. That's what I made a mistake on. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's just a slight inconvenience. But that makes a lot more sense though. And that happens when you're experiencing new coolers. It's gonna happen. So you might make mistakes. Just keep that in mind if you're building your first computer. The cooler is not difficult. The thing is, I'm making it difficult because I'm using a different socket entirely. So because I have a different socket type, which is 2011, it makes it a little bit harder to do. But if you're buying this for an LGA 1151 or one of those type of motherboards, you'll be okay. If you go for this cooler, Hyper T12 is pretty much the exact same thing. So just keep that in mind when you're, please peel off the label before you use it. Okay, beautiful. So again, insert it at the bottom here. Oh boy, LED fans. Fan, I should say. That's really what it is. It's one singular fan. Okay. All right, bam. Now you don't have to hold it in because that friction will do it. Anyways, you want to tighten it just so you can't loosen it too, wouldn't have any issues. Anyways, that's tight enough. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we have our mounting bracket on. Beautiful. Now, this is where the fun part. We're almost done, actually, with this, so that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab, again, we're going to go back to our manual, we need to grab the F, which is, the F piece is this little plug here. One of these plugs. We've got 4 of these. So we're going to grab our F plugs. And we also need to grab our K. And our K is one of these. The K are 1, 2, oops. There's 2 types here. K are the thick ones. So these are our Ks. So if you're wondering, that's the K. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to place these Ks where the intersection goes. And then we'll place the F onto that. And that should do it. Hopefully. Now, we're making it so that you can only screw in the type that you need. So, 2011, these are 3 holes. Okay, great. So what we'll do is we'll make it so we have That's all you do there. I believe that's all you do. And you adjust the hole size. It's plastic, so you got to be careful. But anyways, like I said, it's pretty simple. For some reason that one just didn't want to go in. Anyways, there we are. So we've attached the bracket. Okay, great. So now this is going to go. So we'll have our F. And F is going to go to the back. I guess F is going to go where the motherboard goes. Oh yes, right. So this whole bracket comes off from the back. You don't need to see, but just know it does. So just so we don't have any shorting out or anything, what we're going to do, I believe, could be wrong, but we're going to grab these. I think these are going to go. Let's see here. Now I don't really know for sure how we're supposed to get these off. So again, 2011 is new to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab E, which is that bracket there. That's going to go to the back of the motherboard, it looks like. Or is it going to go underneath? I don't really know. I'm having a hard time figuring this out. I think it goes behind it. Yeah. I think it goes behind that so that sits there securely. Yes, it does. Okay. Awesome. So these pieces are actually going to go again to the back. My biggest issue is those. Yeah, these look like they're the right orientation. Okay, perfect. So that goes back here. Okay, so what we'll do now with our cooler, we're going to move the computer, and we're going to see where the bracket goes, which is right here. As to not shock ourselves and to not ground ourselves out, we're going to now take the pieces that it requires, which are these screws, these pieces here. We're going to place them, I believe we're going to place them anyways. I think we're supposed to do, let's see here. Ah, yes, okay. So, I believe, these aren't magnetic, so that's always fun. Okay, I see. I think anyways. Nope, that's not what we're doing. Okay, 1 second. Still have to do some stress testing and whatnot afterwards. So. Okay, so that bounced. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab. Oh, no. That's what we're doing. Okay, I got it now. I think. I honestly don't know. Funny how that works. 1 second here. Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense doing it that way. I think anyways. Right, yes, okay. Gotcha. Okay, it's actually quite easier once you have it set. So what you do is these actually have only one way they can go, which is inside of here, virtually. And then this, aha, there we are. Okay, cool. Then we actually can adjust these. All right, that's a lot simpler once you have it set down into the ground and whatnot. Makes it a lot easier to do. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. And then we have this one. All right. Now we're talking. Sometimes we take some hiccups, especially when you haven't, I've never done socket 2011 before with aftermarket. So, when by that I mean I haven't actually applied like a spare brackets or anything to it. Anyways, there you go. So that's what it's supposed to look like. So that piece goes here. Shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I'm done. Yeah. We'll figure out the computer later. Thanks for watching and stuff. Yeah. Bye-bye.